Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations. It is day 5. I am so excited that you're still with us. I'm so excited that you're still going through the process of our mini course, and I can't wait to show you the next 4 subjects that we're going to cover. There is so much more that I wish that I could cover and jammed in here, but I thought that it might be a little too overwhelming for you. So I started developing a course, and this course is going to be 5 weeks long, and it is going to have 2 hours of one-on-one, just you and me. I can do whatever you want me to do and whoever you want me to be. So I can be your resource person, I can be your cheerleader, I can be your accountability coach. I can help you go through this much smoother than I did, and also be the resource person for you so that you can actually get through the transition smoother. If you are interested in just getting information about it, join the wait list. The link is below, and then I will let you know and I'll announce it when it's ready. All right, let's check out the 4 subjects that we're going to look at today. They might seem like they're kind of jumbled together, and they are. They're things that you might not have thought about that are still really, really important to think about before you go into a new country. Number 1, climate change. How is it going to affect you? Number 2, love abroad. How dating in the real world of being an immigrant or an expat is, and if you should do it or not. And then number 3, if you already have a current relationship, then it's important to have a nice stable relationship before, after, and during your move. And then, of course, how to vote. Depending on your home country, what you need to do, as well as your new country, what you can do when you're a resident versus a citizen. There are lots of people that think, oh, I want to go to a nice tropical country when I retire, or I want to move to Iceland for whatever reason. And then once they get there, they realize, this isn't necessarily what I thought. For example, in a real life example for me, I never realized that there was so much mold in Portugal. There is mold everywhere. And so you have to be constantly vigilant to prevent the control and spread of mold. And in the US, I didn't live in an area where mold was a big issue. Another example is extreme weather. For me, I was used to very severe thunderstorms, occasionally a tornado, and then a lot of snowfall. But here in Portugal, I am in a tsunami area where I need to get at least 5 blocks away from my home in order to be in a safe zone, so that if there is an earthquake and a tsunami, that there is actually a fallout shelter that I need to go to. So I needed to learn how to have a jump bag that's ready, that has everything in it that I need just in case. The other issue that I didn't think about were allergies. Of course, now it makes sense that all of the tropical plants and flowers, and even the lemon trees, the lime trees, everything that is blooming and causing pollen, have been things that I've never been introduced to living in the Midwest. And so I had allergies in the Midwest. And of course, in Portugal, we also have pine trees and maples. So I still have those allergies. But on top of it, after the first year, I had horrible allergies that I needed to get into a doctor to be able to get care for. So that's something else. And then obviously all of the things that we think about with climate change, increased temperature, unpredictable weather, even in the understanding of the new country, they may be experiencing new different types of weather patterns. And then, of course, my jump bag is always something that I never really had to worry about in the Midwest, but now I definitely have one. Oh boy, dating in a foreign country. There are differences between traveling and dating when you know that you're not going to live there long term versus being an immigrant and trying to grow roots and find a family and a support network, and then dating. So there are lots of dynamics. A lot of them you can find on TikTok or on Facebook, showing the differences from from one culture to the other of what's expected and what's not. And I will keep coming back, no matter what it is, to open communication. Open communication when you leave, that you are communicating that you are wanting to spend time with family, that even though there is distance, you need to have that connection, as well as open communication in new dating situations to kind of get an idea of who pays for the meal, who asks for what, how do you know when it's serious, all of those things. So, pro tip is to ask expats or immigrants who have started dating in your new country and see if they are having any kind of surprises or anything that would possibly cause you to date differently or not date at all. This also goes with people who are already married and are moving with their partner. I have found that there is always, in this two partner relationship, there is always one partner that was like gung ho, super excited to move abroad, and another partner who was like, okay, I'll do it, or has already agreed to it 10 years ago and now is fulfilling that promise. So it's very important, again, open communication. You have to ask each other, why are you moving? Hopefully, they're moving for reasons that are just theirs, as well as part of the connection or the family that you have. You have to have shared responsibilities. So, part of telling people, yes, I'm so excited to be moving, is also taking some of that responsibility off of the other person. And then realizing that the culture shock is going to be different for each of you. So you may be at the frustration phase when they are at the honeymoon phase. And then all of a sudden it switches. They're in the adjustment phase and you're in the frustration phase still. And you're like, I don't know how they can be so happy. So just open communication about where you are and where they are so that you can kind of get a better idea. Also, it's important to talk about expectations. There are some people who never think about it, but they have it in their mind. And when they verbalize it, their expectation of retiring is a beach town, where their spouse's expectation is a farm. Well, that's very different. And so the lifestyle will be very different. And that needs to be decided, or at least discussed, before the application process even begins. I think as new residents, you get very excited about voting in your new country. And based on your country, some residents can vote on some elections and only can vote, for example, on the president or prime minister once they become a citizen. But you always have the opportunity and the right, and honestly, you should vote in your home country as well. So that will depend on your home country. But for me in the US, I can get an absentee ballot, and it can either be sent to me or through mail, and I can also send it through mail. But there are countries that you can do it online, or there are countries that it is required that you are in country to vote. So make sure that you know this, and then be able to adjust from there. Also, it's important to distance yourself a little bit from the politics of your home country. For many, that is one of the reasons why they've left their home country, but also then engage a little bit more into your new country so that when you are able to vote, you are well educated and informed and can vote in a way that you feel great about. All right, so we have ended day 5. I am sad. No, I'm very excited for you. And I'm hoping that this has helped you kind of like cultivate a mind thought to start to get prepared and ready in a way that isn't stressful, that will help with a smooth transition. If you feel like you are interested and want more, then definitely link in the description for the wait list for my new course. You will have more hands-on, and we will also have weekly check-ins and videos, Zoom, all of the things that you need to feel as supported as possible. If this free mini course was all that you needed to get yourself motivated and started, and you feel like you could do it alone, that's great. I applaud that. If you feel like you need a little help in the middle, then definitely join the wait list. If you don't know and you're not quite sure, join the wait list. In short, just join the wait list. And I hope to see you again. If I don't, please let me know if you have gone on and moved abroad or where in the progress that you are. I appreciate all of you joining, and I am so excited for you for your future.